Have you ever asked yourself, what are the best Shopify themes in the Shopify theme store? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 Shopify themes that we use for our clients' websites that have processed over $100 million in sales. So let's jump into my computer and let's get into it. So this is Shopify's theme store, where you can actually search all different types of themes here. There's 184 themes in the Shopify theme store. So it can be a little bit daunting to actually decide what theme you actually want to pick. So in this video, I'm going to do the top 5, like I already said. But basically, when you're here, I'll leave a link below in the description also. You can actually search different fields here. So free themes, paid themes. So there's 172 paid themes and 12 free themes. I normally don't build websites on free themes. Normally, the only time I do that is if it's a custom built website for a very large client, and there's a couple other conditions where I do. But if you're starting out and you're on a budget, I highly recommend using Dawn theme. It's actually a free theme. There's lots of training videos, tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that, where people have wrote code or they've done the tutorials and stuff. So it's very user-friendly and stuff like that. But if you're wanting a bit more bang for your buck, then these paid themes are going to work really well as well. So you can actually search the industries down here, how large your categories are, what type of features you want. You can go over here and search by like popularity and stuff like that. I used to search by popularity a lot, but the thing is, right, a lot of the free themes are going to come up, so you just press paid because free themes get used a lot. But the only issue here is sometimes a lot of really old themes will come up as well. So for example, Prestige, Impulse, they're old themes. I really like those themes. But basically it's going by how many sales and stuff. So some of the new, really cool themes you might not see here. So that's definitely something to think about. So let's jump into my list. I'll sprinkle in some tips and stuff like that throughout the whole video. So make sure to watch all the video and go from there. So the first one is Prestige. So I actually stopped using this or rarely used it for a while. I fell back in love with this theme. They've made some new updates over the last year and stuff like that. And I've actually had a few clients actually ask me to use this theme. So that's why I've actually fell back in love with it. This is a very good theme for the fashion niche. If you have really nice images, Prestige is a very, very good theme. When you actually come here on the theme store, you can search as well. But basically, it's going to tell you all different stuff here, like industry support for color swatches, all this sort of stuff here. You can view a demo store. You can see all the features and stuff down here, like what's included and stuff. Websites using Prestige as well. So a lot of the theme templates actually have example sites as well. The one thing I always go and check is reviews. And you can see here, 614 positive reviews for Prestige. 12 neutral and 50 negative. Now, a lot of the times when people leave negative comments, I actually go back and see what people have said in the negative comments. Sometimes it's a support issue, things like that. It's little tiny issues and stuff. It looks like the last 2 are negative, but I still really love this theme. The theme has some very basic flaws that are not okay, considering it's pretty expensive. This means it's hard to use properly without somebody that can code. Liquid support is terrible, making troubleshooting difficult. Now, the thing with paid themes as well, so this is actually a perfect example that we've found here, is that paid themes can normally only get you 60 to 70% of the way there. Normally, free themes can get you 20, 30% of the way there, but a paid theme can never get you the whole way there. Paid themes aren't for everyone. So this is a perfect example of someone's tried to use this theme. They've run into issues, which basically every single theme on the theme store would run into issues like this. So that was actually pretty cool that we've seen this sort of thing. So that's why I like to go through and do stuff like that. I personally love to code a few different features into Prestige, which doesn't standard come with it, but it's totally up to you. You can actually view this preview, have a look through, see what it looks like. Anything here in the preview, you can pretty much get it to this standard for the preview if you go through. And then you can actually, it has different styles, so you can see it in different styles and stuff. So this one's sort of a little bit more aligned with how I build out Prestige. but it's not like 100% how I do it sort of thing. One cool thing about actually like contacting the support over the years and stuff like that when I've had issues and stuff, actually some of the themes have actually copied things that I've actually coded into people's websites, and in the new version actually released it, which I thought was pretty cool. So for example, what would I code in this theme template? So I'd probably code this footer. So see how the footer is very long? I normally code it so the menus are drop downs. So that's an example of some things that I do sort of thing. But overall, fashion niche, really nice images. Prestige is an amazing theme. Like I said, I've definitely fell back in love with Prestige. I used to use it heaps years ago, and I really love their updates and stuff. Even if we go here just quickly, I just thought of it, is like even some stuff, it's got a quick view now. The product page is very similar to how it used to be, but it's got a very nice product page as well. Looks really nice on a mobile phone as well. So the next theme is Showtime. Now, I don't use Showtime heaps, but every now and then I will use Showtime. One of the things I absolutely love about Showtime is the header. There's so many different options for building out a header. So when you have a large inventory of products, it's super important that the site navigation works very well. And that is one thing I really love about Showtime. It functions a little bit different to most other themes, but I like the flexibility and stuff. So if you can see here, just in the preview here, it can actually have, let's just open the demo store here so I can show you exactly what I mean. So when we hover here, it can actually show you the on sale collection without actually clicking into it, which I think is really cool for desktop. There's still a large number of websites that actually have high number of people coming on a desktop, like 50%. Normally when your product price gets, over $500, you start to get a lot of people on desktop. So cool features like this work really well. They work on mobile as well. So see, for example, when I open sale, it has all the products here, and then you can view the whole thing. So that's like a really cool feature for like large inventories and stuff like that. If we just go back here, we can see some of the stuff here. So yeah, like I was saying, large inventories, really good. In-store pickup, that's cool. Most themes have that as well. And then it has some examples of websites that have been used with Showtime. The reviews, 280 reviews, 98% positive, 4 negative, and 2 neutral. That is like an amazing score for a paid theme. That is like crazy. You hardly ever see them in the high over 95%. So that's very, very good. But yeah, let's go back into the demo here. So a couple of things like the banner. I really like the banner on here. Some of these little things here, really like them. I like how some of the stuff displays and how it feels on a desktop. Like see this, how it's got options and then stars and then the color swatches and stuff. It looks neat sort of thing. This isn't everyone's style. Like a lot of people wouldn't like this style. So this is why I only use it every now and then, because there's certain niches and businesses I run into where this style works really well, but there's a lot that it doesn't work very well for. The footer is awesome as well. I'm a really big fan of the footer. One of the key things that I'm a big fan of is site navigation. And like I was saying before, when you have a large inventory, site navigation is like super, super important on your website. So when someone has a really good header, really good footer, a good search bar, things like that, good filtering system, I really like that for large inventories. So it's got a quick view. Most themes have quick view these days as well. If you go into the product page, it's clean. It's got this little, like the add to cart button's a lot bigger than most themes as well. So it really stands out. And the other thing about themes is that they normally use a lot of the section blocks that are available on the theme template. So a lot of the times I don't even use all of these section blocks that the theme has. I have a real unique style that I like to build websites. If you want me to make a video on that, let me know in the comments. So you've got details and stuff here. If we go on mobile, see how on a mobile, like that button's like, it really jumps out at you sort of thing. You can code features like that into other templates as well. But I think if you don't want to do any coding, you want to do it yourself, stuff like that is really good. So highly recommend Showtime. The next one is actually Woodstock. So I've only recently started to use this, probably in the last 6 months maybe. I think I've built 10 websites on this. So one of my clients actually recommended Woodstock. They were like, "Oh, this new theme, Woodstock's coming out, and what do you think of it?" And I actually was blown away by Woodstock. I really am a massive fan of Woodstock. Haven't had heaps of opportunity to use it. Only used it on about 10 stores, but I really like it. Really good for large inventories and stuff as well. If we go down here, let's check out the reviews. This is a perfect example of, this is a very new theme. So see how it's got 19 reviews, 17 positive, 2 negative. You could actually go back and check those negative ones, but it's very new. Sometimes when themes are very new, it's a very big risk to actually use new themes, in my opinion. And the reason why is because when themes are very new, they normally have some bugs and they haven't worked out everything. So, for example, uh, they might not have thought of some issue on Safari browser or something like that. So normally when I pick themes, I like to use themes that are very established and stuff like that, been around a while, stood the test of time. But every now and then a client comes to us, they want to use a theme and we tell them the risk behind it. We used it and we're actually blown away by this theme. Their support was awesome as well. So we needed to contact their support for one thing. They were really good. They seemed really keen to really want to do the right thing. And I really love that about businesses and stuff. So let's have a look at some of the features. So you can see all the features and stuff down here that it has, some example websites and things like that. If we actually open up the demo, I might change it from light. Oh, no, this is all right. So the good thing I like about it, you got logo over here, the main menu and stuff down here. So see how it's got a mega menu like that, which is cool. Different style of mega menu here, the search bar. You can put like a contact number and stuff here. This is compare, so you can actually compare two prices to each other. So that's actually why our client picked it, because they wanted a compare feature where it could compare products. So that's a really cool feature about Woodstock that I didn't mention. It can have these little things here as well. Now the currency converter, language, all the social media and stuff. I'm a fan of the header. Sometimes it's hard to make a header like this work, but when you make it work, it looks really nice. It's got a really good slideshow banner. So one of the things about building a website that I think is one of the harder things to get when it's designed is this banner. A lot of the theme templates don't have a lot of options for a banner. And what we normally do is pretty much every theme we work on, we actually custom code in lots of features for the banners. And this theme actually has lots and lots of different things you can do with the banner, which I really appreciate. For example, you might want to put your text under the image on mobile. A lot of themes don't even have that feature. So things like that, I really appreciate when they go the extra mile on banners, because banner is really important on your website. It's the first thing people are going to see when they land on your homepage. I'm a really big fan of the collection list here. I like the style of this. So even on a mobile phone, you can scroll through it. You can have two per row on a mobile, stuff like that. I really am a big fan of just how it functions, sort of thing. Even like the featured products, it just looks nice to me, sort of thing. These types of sections, some of these sections I don't use. Frequently asked questions, I never usually put that on the homepage, but I'd have it in frequently asked questions. And then the footer down here, I'm a big fan of how the footer is structured. So let me just move for a little. You can have your policies down here, then your social media here, and then have some menus here. I actually think that looks really nice when you do it like that. And then on a mobile phone, so just another little thing that I appreciate, it's got drop downs for mobile. So every website we work on, if the theme template doesn't have this option for drop downs, we actually custom code it into the website. Because one of the things about the footer is when you go into the footer, you want to make it easy and you find everything on the one screen. So normally we build it out, and on one screen you can see everything you need to get to, just making site navigation user friendly and stuff like that. The other thing I like about it is, see how under watch it says sale here? It can highlight sale and then watch. I really like that feature as well. If we go into a collection here, so you can have these sub collections as well, which I think looks nice. So far, I don't think we've used sub collections for any website yet, but I do like the idea of this and the structure of the collection page, how it all looks, how it feels, everything feels nice. And that's very, very important. This is how it looks like on a mobile, like that. And then they have a really good product page as well. So if you go into here, it's got a lot of features and options for the product page. We probably wouldn't build it out like this, exactly like this, but has a lot of options. I'm not a fan of descriptions and tabs all being down here. I actually like them being over here, and then the image follows you down on desktop, but each their own. I think it converts better when it's not like this, when it's a different way, when it's under down here. But like I said, I can make another video about things like that. But yeah, this product page has a lot of really cool features. There's some features that a lot of other theme templates don't have. That review app, this is actually a review app. I personally am a big fan of Luke's reviews. I'll leave a link below. Normally it's a 14-day free trial. The link below is a 30-day free trial, extended free trial. Most of my clients make a lot of money from that app because it automatically emails the customer, asks them to leave a review. When it does that, you get 10 to 40 times the amount of reviews as a free app. And then normally people will buy more stuff when they come back to leave a review if they've had a good experience. I'll also leave a link to a video I made about Luke's reviews down below as well. So that's Woodstock theme. So the next one is venue theme. This one is probably made my clients the most money. So this is like millions and millions of dollars have been processed through venue theme on the themes that I've used. So I think on the top 20 websites I've worked on, 4 or 5 of them use venue. I don't like to use venue as much these days, only because it frustrates me a little bit on large monitors on desktop. So it looks amazing on mobile. It looks amazing on a laptop or a small monitor. But when you get to a large monitor, there's some issues with this theme. But in saying that, 0.5%, 1% of people will be on a large monitor. So sometimes you have to weigh up what's best for the overall majority of people coming to your website when you're picking a theme as well. So here's some features that you can go through and have a look at here as well. Some example sites. There's also some really large websites using Venue as well. Let's go to the reviews. Every time I've contacted them, I haven't contacted their support for a very long time, but every time I contacted them in the past, they were absolutely amazing. Highly recommend. One of the things, if you're planning to build your website yourself, having really good support through Shopify and the theme support is very, very important. So when theme templates have really good support, I really appreciate that. And people building their website themselves, from what I've heard, really appreciate that too. So if you're planning to do that, good support. There's still one more theme, one more company that has the best support, in my opinion, but this company has really good support. Have a look here. Another very rare thing to happen. 98% positive, 464 positive, 3 neutral, 8 negative, which is very, very good. This theme isn't built for everyone. I would not use this on massive, large inventories of products. So probably 1 to 200 maybe max. I would use this theme for. We can actually open up the theme and have a look. It's got a very different vibe to it than the other themes as well. So it's got, you can have a Megan menu here. You can highlight sales, so see how that's a different color, logo, announcement bar. The banner's cool here. Sometimes this banner's a little bit tricky to get the right image, but if you get the right image, see here, that actually looks really nice on a desktop. But like I normally say, is mobile is what is normally the most important. So look at that, the video one too. That is like amazing how that looks, sort of thing. Really good featured collection, has color swatches and stuff here. This is the one thing that sometimes is a bit tricky on this theme, is see these image with text. It's very large. So what this theme's trying to do is stretch it all the way to the edge. So sometimes when you add an image here, there'll be such a big gap here. This looks awesome on a mobile phone, but when your screen gets larger and larger, it doesn't look as nice. But like I said, low percentage of people. So see how it's got the image there, then the text there? That looks way, way better on a mobile phone. And it doesn't look too bad. I'm only on a small laptop. Doesn't look too bad here, but you can't see the whole image on the screen here. But it's like a very nitpicky thing. Got these sections here, all this stuff here. The footer menu here. The footer menu is okay on a desktop. Normally what we do for venue theme is we will actually code in the feature, have drop downs for the footer here. So all the menus are in the footer. Normally this theme can get full on very long. If you don't have drop downs, if you add lots of different menus and stuff, the footer will be massive on this theme. But some of these stuff that I'm talking about, if you hired someone like me, it wouldn't cost that much to code this stuff in. If you're good at building the rest of the website yourself. The collection page here, this is good too. This theme has a very good vibe on a mobile phone. So you can't really tell as much when we're in mobile here, but if you actually go on a site built on Venue, it just has this really good feel to it in your hand on a mobile phone. I can't describe what the feeling is, but it just feels really good. Prestige has that same vibe. And then another company that I'm going to talk about soon also has the same thing, really good vibe on a mobile phone. So when we go into product here, it's got a few cool features. One little thing, like if you didn't notice, but it has this little line under headings and stuff. I actually think that looks really nice. I'm a fan of that. You can display the description and the tabs over here on the right, but this structure for desktop is really nice too, how they've got the compare price. This is Search and Discovery by Shopify, free app. I really like it. So you can sort of get a good feeling for it. On a mobile phone, it's good too. Like all the other themes, this theme has its issues too. I think one of the big issues is like there's a lot of stuff on a mobile where it has to go over the image and it doesn't have an option to go below it. So sometimes that can be tricky to find the right images and stuff. But overall, massive fan of this. One of the best themes I've ever used. Is millions and millions of dollars have went through this through my clients and stuff like that. So really love them. They have good support too. We haven't contacted their support for years, but when we used to, it was very, very good support. All right, the next theme is Symmetry. So sometimes we use this and sometimes we don't. So a few years ago, we used to use this theme a lot. And then recently, in the last year or two, we sometimes use this theme sort of thing. I'm still a big fan of this theme. Really good for like fashion and stuff like that. Some features and stuff down here. I'll go through it as well. Some example sites that you can check out too. And then if we go to the reviews, I'm pretty sure from memory they have lots of good reviews. So yeah, this is actually a really good score too. 93% positive, 306 positive reviews, 10 neutral, 13 negative. Very, very good score. Anything 90, like I said, 95% before, but 93 is pretty much 95%. Very, very good score. If we actually go in and open the demo here, there's a couple of issues with this theme, but I think if you want a very simple, easy to use website, this is actually a very good theme. So we come here, it's got the mega menu, the two different types. You can have image one, you can have text one, you can have images over here. You can have one like that. You can have a drop down. So really good navigation and stuff here. The announcement bar I actually think it's pretty cool. The announcement bar is structured well. I'm normally not a fan of having social media in the announcement bar, but it actually looks nice the way they have it because it's got social media on the left, your message here. Just a quick ninja hack, 3 really cool ways to do an announcement bar. Free shipping over X amount of dollars, special offer, cool slogan. They're the best 3 announcement bars in my opinion. And then you have the currency converter and stuff over here. Nice banner as well. The categories, these are okay. The feature collection, this is good too. All this sort of stuff here, image with text. It can have like 2 images here. So that looks cool sometimes when people do that. I'm actually a fan of doing it like that. And this testimonial section here as well. So you can actually have the review here and then have the image over here. So if you've got a lot of reviews with images and stuff, you can actually build out a really nice testimonial section here. It has some issues and we normally code some things into this. But if you just want standard like it looks like right now, it actually looks really nice. Logo list that scrolls, so that's cool too. These little things here is okay. The footer is good too. I'm a really big fan of the footer. It's very similar to the structure I like to use too. It doesn't have the drop downs for mobile like I was talking about before. So if you have a lot of links and stuff, that footer can get a bit out of control, similar to venue theme. But let's actually go through on a mobile. So banner here, I'm pretty sure from memory it doesn't have the option to put text under the image on a mobile, or maybe it does. Yeah, I think it does actually. Can't remember off the top of my head. Collection list looks nice. You can structure this different too, and you can scroll through the featured collection here. So that's cool too. That's how that image with text looks on a mobile phone. So the two different images here and then text under it. I'm actually a fan of this. I like doing it like that. That's how the review looks. So it's got the review, then the image and stuff like that. Shop the look like that. And then the footer is going to be really big in a minute. So see how that's very long. So that's one thing as well. That's pretty much the 5. I have like a honorable mention for a company that I'm very happy with and I sort of love. So Architect Themes, they've built multiple themes. So archetype themes, sorry. They've built multiple themes. So Motion, Impulse, Expanse, and I think they have 1 or 2 other themes as well. I'm a really massive fan of Motion and Impulse. So we use Motion and Impulse quite a lot for our clients as well. Motion's a very simple layout for the website, same as Impulse, but both of them have such an amazing feeling on a mobile phone. I really love the feeling when the website's in your hand on your phone. We don't use Expanse as much. We used to use Expanse a lot. It's very good for large inventories. But lately I've been using, like I said before, Showtime, Woodstock for large inventories. There's a couple others we use every now and then as well. But yeah, I'm a really massive fan. Archetype themes have the best support out of all these themes as well. So if you want really good theme support, the Archetype themes, amazing support for Motion and Impulse and Expanse and the other ones they have. You can actually click here and open up their website here. Oh yeah, they've got a few more. So Impulse, Expanse, Gem, that's new. Motion, Fetch, that's new. Streamline, sort of newish, and then all themes. I bet you if we actually go and check out all their reviews as well, yeah, Motion theme, 97%, that's awesome. I bet you Impulse is the same, 95%, awesome. Have a feeling Expanse is going to be a little bit lower, 94%, yeah, pretty much still there anyway. So yeah, all these themes, really good reviews, stuff like that. It's important to actually look at the reviews, I think. If you're going to go with a new company, yeah, definitely check out the reviews. It's a little bit of a risk to go with new companies sometimes, but we all start somewhere, and there's probably amazing companies doing really amazing things on Shopify Theme Store. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully the suggestions I've made will help you pick the right Shopify theme for your Shopify website so you can scale to the moon. Like I said at the beginning of the video, these themes have processed over $100 million for our clients, so they definitely work. Every single theme that I talked about today has processed over $1 million for our clients, so I can definitely back them and support those themes 100%. Love them. Keep up the good work. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Definitely leave me a comment below telling me what's your favorite Shopify theme. I'd love to know. There's probably ones that are amazing that I don't know about, so I really appreciate your comment in advance. If you want to watch a video on what are the best Shopify apps, check out the link here and it will take you to the next video. Until next time, have a good one and talk soon.